Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's really a special time for us to come here and open a new center. I think Jaya and I have been at all the openings of all the centers. And we first came here to Pune in 2007. I think Pramila Ji might have been there. Blazy came soon after. And we didn't know one person in Pune then. We were invited by some people who were living in Gurgaon who had relatives here. And we came and did a big program. It's called the Ramakrishna Hotel. Yeah, it was packed. We had a big workshop all weekend. And we could feel the energy of Pune. And we continued to come regularly, maybe 3-4 times a year. And then something developed and more developed. And then Swamiji moved here and others moved here. And over the years, it's been 10 years now. Now we have a center in town and we know all of you. It's quite something. So it's really a joy when we can come and we can open places like this. And you know, when we were in Gurgaon, many of you lived there, I'm seeing in the ashram. We were on a side street, almost a back street, you could say. And I remember Swami Kriyananda Ji would often say, and you know, after we got established there, after a while he would say, Dhyana, we lived in a basement. We had our ashram in a basement. The center was in the basement. He would say, Dhyana, now we need to get out of the basement. And I thought, my God, how are we going to get out of the basement? And we all liked the basement. And actually, when we moved, people rebelled. They said, where's the basement? And so I kept trying to explain this to Swamiji, that we actually liked the basement, and it didn't cost so much, and we all fit, and we were all friends, and we didn't really want anybody else coming. And he said, that's exactly opposite of why we're here. We need to be visible. We need to be seen. We need to be on the main street. We need to have big signs. I think our sign there was about as small as your sign over here because we were in a residential area. We couldn't have a big sign. But we want to be available to people. We want to have programs going all day long, yoga programs, how to meditate, meditations in the morning, healing sessions going, healing prayers going, healing classes going, all the variety of the classes. We want to have them available to all the people driving by here and all the people who may be stuck in traffic slowly driving by here. They'll see our sign and they'll come in. We are here for everyone to be able to partake of these wonderful teachings. We all know what it felt like when we first came. We first saw the Ananda sign or the Ananda ad, or we came to our first class. And so we're in a visible location now. I don't know how long we're bursting out already. And I was one of the people too. I think many of us kept telling Dr. Aditya, you need a bigger place. Because not only the people, but the energy. I mean, you've heard us chanting here, joy, joy, joy. I mean, it's fantastic. The energy was bursting out of that place. The magnetism was bursting out. It was reaching out for other people. The classes were reaching out. And when Jyotishan Devi Ji came the last time, I think that was it. It was just so big, we had to find another place. So Divine Mother is in charge of this. She wanted this. Master and Babaji wanted us to have a more visible, bigger place where we can all have satsang together. And so this is a wonderful step for us, and I think we'll have many more of these. And we need to come here and magnetize the place. I remember Swami Kriyananda Ji said, you see this beautiful murti here of Guruji. Well, we have beautiful murtis up in the NCR in Delhi and Gurgaon and in Nanda Village and many of the centers. And Swamiji said something very interesting about murtis. He said the murti comes to life from the devotion of the devotees. Isn't it so? a Murti comes to life. It may not stand up and walk and talk to you. Some do. I've heard of one story of Nayaswamis, but a Murti will come to life. And it's the same with the center. When I landed here, when was it, Tuesday? The guys picked me up and they said, okay, we can go here. I said, no, I'm going straight to the center. I want to see the new center. So I came here. It didn't look hardly anything like how it looks now. That was less than a week ago. There weren't any chairs, it wasn't painted, there weren't any balloons, there weren't any drapes, there wasn't an altar, there weren't any pillows, there wasn't a harmonium, there weren't any pictures, there weren't any rugs. But there was energy coming into the room and into the temple. And ever since that day, it's been building, building, building. The devotion of all of you, the vibration will draw Master here, will draw Babaji's presence, will draw all the gurus, will draw those of us who can visit. We want to come and visit with you. And I remember chanting one time with the group at Ananda Village, and there was one of Master's direct disciples, Kamala Silva. She lived with us at Ananda Village for some time in her later years. And we would go and visit her, many of us. It was a blessing. We'd go sit with her and chant and ask her questions about Master. And she was in charge of was it Oakland or Richmond Center? Oakland Center in California. And so we would go and have a harmonium. We'd chant with her. And she must have been in her 80s by then. And she'd be having her eyes closed and we would chant, and then she'd open her eyes and says, oh, now that chant would draw Master. Isn't it so sweet? That chanting would draw Master that we had today. The devotion of the people, the classes that we have, the heartfelt openness and receptivity. We're not here to just sit and have a nice time and have prasad and whatever. We're here to commune with the Masters. We're inviting them to come in and be here for anybody who comes to meditate here, any yoga student, anybody who comes for healing, anybody who walks in the door with difficulties. We're inviting them. This is their center. We're only the hands and feet. And we're trying to be good hands and feet. But it's their place and their vibration. And as we come here, I love the choir. As the choir sings, the vibrations just building up wonderfully, and the chanting and the drumming and all the different things. And as we come here, the vibration will build and build. And not only will the Masters, but the people will feel the vibrations. And they will say, what's going on up there? I want to go to Ananda. I want Ananda in my life. I want joy. And they will walk through the doors, just like each one of us at some point walk through the doors of some Ananda center. You probably walked through this one. I walked through different ones in California. But you walk through the doors and you realize, what? I'm home. This is my family. These are my Guru Bhais. These are my teachings. This is my music. I'm home. And that's why we're here. So come as much as you can. Don't just come. Help. Serve. Be a part of the energy. Greet people. Meet people. Serve the prasad. Get in the choir. Learn the harmonium. Get in the yoga teacher training so you can teach the yoga postures. Lata's here. She's in charge of it here. Talk with her. Be a part of the meditation teachers who are being trained. Get a part of the energy. What I feel here in Pune is a huge wave of energy from the Masters. We can ride that wave and we can really, really help them. And if we come, we too will be very deeply blessed. Master had 2 disciples. He told them both, you come as much as you can. You come and you come. They both were, I think they're both millionaires, but they both were very, highly successful. They didn't have much time. And everybody these days says, I don't have time. So they said, whatever they told him. So he said, no, you come and you come. One came all the time. He was always there, visiting the Guru, coming to this is the Guru's home here. And one hardly ever came. And Master said, look, this one's just soaring. And this one is bogging down. He doesn't know why. But he needs the satsang. He needs to come and be in this vibration. This is like a lighthouse for all of Pune. Come and be a part of the light. Light the light. Make the light happen. Make it grow. Make it bigger. And let Master use you and all of us in all these wonderful centers. We started with one in Gurgaon, which most of us lived there, and including the monks lived there as well, or down the street, and we all had our satsang. Avinash was there. We'd all have our meals together, and we worked together and all. And then we got, another center, and then we got another, and then we got another, and we just kept growing, and we will keep growing. And all over the world, these places are open for Guru Bhais, for devotees to walk through the door, see that altar, and to say, I'm home. We're providing that in Pune. God bless your efforts. Continue the efforts. Be a part of this energy, that big energy that Master wants to have happen here. It's our responsibility to him to make this happen here in Pune. God bless you, and I bring the blessings and the congratulations and the joyful energy from all the Guru Bhais in Gurgaon. We have Vipas here from Gurgaon, and others. Some people came from Chennai people here. They'll be here if they're not. Chennai people have come, and various ones. And we were happy also, I have to say, that we could share with you all many of the things from our Gurgaon ashram that we weren't using anymore. And I took pictures of everything, people, including the altar. So we're so happy we could be a part of your joy and your energy here in Pune. God bless you all. And I'm sure Jyotish and Daviji also, they're so happy. They send their blessings to all of you. Jai Guru.
I can't tell you how much this fills my heart with joy to be able to see what's happened here in Pune over these last 10 years. I remember a story, and I mean, you see, I came in here. I haven't been in here lately, a week or two ago, and everything has changed. And it reminded me of a story of once Master was in his room at Mount Washington, and I believe it was Rajasi who came up to visit him, and Master was in his room, but he was in an exalted state. And he was telling Rajasi, one of the monks was about due to come up in the next day or two to paint his room and refurbish the whole room. And Master was in his exalted state saying to Rajasi, and look, it only took him a day to do all of this, paint the room. And Rajasi there was looking, and it hadn't been painted at all yet. It hadn't yet happened. But Master saw it, how it was going to be. And that's what he saw. And I think the same thing is here too. It only took you a week to finish that. And the carpet is so beautiful. I just can't imagine. And the curtains and the chairs. We can see this place as it's going to be. And I was mentioning to Aditya and some others that it's never really good to move in and do a dedication when it's completely done. Because now, when it's not done, what does that leave? It leaves more jobs and opportunities for everybody else to come and help serve and make it done. And so, as you can see here, we have work to do, but so much has been done, and so much could be done and will be done through your help, your participation. I was saying this has given me great joy to be able to see this, because I came here, well, I guess it was the first time with Dhyanaji in 2007. And honestly, before coming to Pune, I had never heard of Pune. I knew about Pune. I had heard Pune, but it occurred to me when just coming here that, the name had changed. Now it was Pune. I knew nothing of this city. But yet when I came here that first time for that program at Ramakrishna Hotel, I liked it. Now, if you were coming from Gurgaon and you were landing in Pune, wouldn't you say the same thing? I think we'd all say that. We like it here. This is a beautiful city. And we immediately began to receive a response here from all of you. Now, I think Pramila might be the only one that was at that hotel, that Ramakrishna. Was anybody else there? The Ramakrishna Hotel? Ah, we have two. That was us. That was where we began. But let me ask you another question. Were any of you there at the Pune Club? Oh, there's one more, a couple more at the Pune Club. Okay, now I'm going to come a little bit further. How about Tilak Hall? Only a few, not many more get it. Okay, Radhika there, Tilak Hall. How about Mahatma Phule Museum? Okay, now we're getting into modern times. Well, you'll remember in each of those places, we planted seeds there. We began to do classes. We began to do our level 1 class, our level 2 meditation class. And one by one, people began to come. And then finally, in Pashan, we began to have satsangs there, and we began to have a meditation group regularly every Thursday night. And yes, at first we would get 5, 6 people would come on Thursday night, and we would energize together. And then we began to go from there. We began to get 2 or 3 more, and 2 or 3 more. And pretty soon, by the time we left Pashan, we were getting upward 12 to 18 on Thursday nights. And during the weekend, sometimes we would have classes. And we ended up with our center here in Bhosle Nagar, which is the next stage. And that was a big jump. It was a big jump for us, in many ways a big jump, energetically, but yet we began there. And little by little, it's grown to the point now where, look, we have probably maybe 100 people here this evening. And I can't tell you how much joy I felt when we were doing that chanting there. The chanting, to see everybody so enthusiastically happy to make this happen. And none of this would have happened without you. All of you participating, and many more that are not here today, all of you participating through your labor, through your energy, through your donations, through your well wishes, and also very much so through your participation and coming and taking these classes here. Dhyana and I, when we were traveling about India from 2006 to 2008, doing programs in many, many cities, we went to many, but we settled here. And also in Bangalore, of course, also, and a few other places. But we settled in those places where there was a response, where people appreciated what Ananda Sangha had to offer, appreciated Master's teachings. And we came here, and the response was tremendous. And people were as if they were saying, we want this. And I think this is what makes a center grow. We respond to the desires and the wishes and the well wishes and the heart's wishes of those people who are here, devotees who feel something in Master's teachings and want to help make it happen. And Ananda, wherever we have had centers, it's the local people who have made those centers happen. And that's what's happened here as well. We've come together. We were in Bhosle Nagar. Unfortunately, that's close, so some of us who live there can stay there. But now we have this place. And I'd like to mention just something that some of you may not be aware of. Why we chose this place here, or whatever the place we were moving to. We wanted to have a place that would have a nice hall to be able to offer Ananda Yoga. And so what we're planning to do here is, yes, we're going to carry on our center activities here, but also we have a nice hall here, and we want to establish here an Ananda school, or a school of Ananda Yoga. And this is something that it's a particular style of Hatha Yoga that was developed by Swamiji, and that is particular to our path. And we offer it in many locations, and we have such a school in America. But here in India and overseas beyond America's shores, this is going to be the first such school where we can develop that style of yoga and begin to offer it out into the world at large. Most people, when they hear yoga and they practice yoga these days, they think of it in terms of physicality. The physical, it has its purpose there. I don't mean to say it doesn't. It obviously is. It serves a purpose in that realm. But we all know, those of us who study Master's teachings and are on this path, that there's a much deeper aspect to yoga. Yoga is to prepare us, to prepare the body, to prepare the breath, to prepare one side of us for God realization. And bringing that element into Hatha Yoga, I think, is a very vital thing needed in the world today. And so here what we have is we have a very nice hall for a beginning of our Ananda School of Yoga, and we have a classroom as well. But I say this word beginning because I see the potential for Ananda's growth in Pune to be much greater than it is. Let's appreciate what we have, but let's realize that this is a beginning point for something more that is potential. The potential here in this city is fantastic. It was only a year ago we were dedicating another center in Pune. Some of you were there up in Chinchwad and Pimpri Chinchwad. We had a second center dedication at that time. A small place there, but yet you can see little by little we meet over on the other side, the east side, at Pramala's house. Classes are happening there. This is going to continue a little bit. And Dhyana was very right when she mentioned Swamiji in his way with us over the years of how he wanted us to get out of the basement. And that was his words exactly, get out of the basement. Well, we were comfortable in the basement. I liked the basement too. It was cool in the basement. And to tell you the truth, I like mostly Nagar, our center over there. Oh, it's kind of, we can keep it for offices, so I'm kind of satisfied with that. But this is a tradition that goes back decades in Ananda. We establish a place and we begin to like it the way it is. And one of the roles that Swamiji played in our life, now in outward forms at this, but this also applies to each of us as individuals too. He would come and shake us every once in a while, say, yes, you're satisfied, you're comfortable, you like it the way it is, but there's more that you can do. Don't become too comfortable. And he was always like that. And you knew when he was coming and he was going to talk to you about some new project, you're going, oh no, something larger. And in the very early days of Ananda, when we first began the Ananda community, we had a very nice community. I don't know, I guess we probably had 50 to 100 people there. And Swamiji began to say, well, this is all very nice, but now we need to go out into the public. There was nothing beyond Ananda village. That was it for as far as the Ananda work was. He said, now it's time to go out and expand. And people were saying, no, we don't want it. We want to be a hermitage and a quiet place, and people maybe who are of quality, meeting our standards, maybe they can come and be here too. And he wouldn't have none of it. He said, no. He says, if you are not being a channel for Master's message as devotees, he says, because we're not here to live a good life and be comfortable. We're here, then there's nothing wrong with a good life and comfort. But he says, our purpose is to be channels we're here to be disciples. And to be a good disciple, we need to be a channel and an instrument for our guru. That's what we want to be. And to be an instrument for the guru means to share what you have with others, to share and expand that out. And he said, if you're not doing that, if you're not sharing, there's no such thing as staying still. you're going to start contracting. You either go one way or the other. And so we have to, our heart's energy is what he's talking about primarily. Outwardly, materially, yes, that too. But the attitude of sharing what we have, the blessings that have been given to us, and they've been great blessings. All of that's happened here in the last 10 years is just a manifestation of Master's blessings. To take those blessings and to now say, yes, I appreciate it. Thank you, Master, for all your blessings. Let me now share it with everybody else. And I see this center as an expression of that. It's an expression of our desire to share Master, to share Swamiji's example as a disciple of Master, to share those with other people and a greater audience. This is a nice street right here, Main Street. We'll have a nice sign here somewhere, and people will begin to come. People, and now that we have not yet met, there are future friends. Our future Gurubhais are waiting out there, and they're going to be coming over this next year, next 2 years. I guess since we're locked in for 3 years, it's going to be coming for at least 3 years. But they're going to be coming. And so let's, all of us, it's our blessing not to so much have a physical space, but it's our blessing to be given the opportunity to welcome new Gurubhais to come here and to share these teachings with others as they come. And so let's be open in that way. And this is what the blessings of this center is. It gives all of us a chance, yes, to come here and meditate. I think that'll be nice. But it gives us that opportunity to be here and share the blessings that have come to us over the last 10 years now here in Pune, to be able to share those blessings with more and more souls, one by one, as they come into the store. So there's opportunities for all of us. So somebody probably has a sign-up sheet getting ready to take down names. Be one of the first to put your name there, and you too will be able to experience the blessings of Master as an instrument, as that power of the great Guru flows through each one of you. Thank you all for being such a joyful part of my life. And on behalf of Sadhana Devi, who's not here, she'll be back, and she's coming in September. She'll be here September, October. So I took a little video to show her when I see her next. And on her behalf too, I'd like to thank all of you for being such good Gurubhais, but also friends, very dear friends. Thank you. That's what I think that's been the important thing in my life, is just friendship with so many devotees, and you've been wonderful examples of that. Thank you.